Amandla! Long live the memory of Comrade Eric Stalin Mtshali, long live! Long live the memory of Mtshali, long live! Amandla! Program directors, umndeni kaBaba Mtshali. The Minister and the Presidency, Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Comrade Thulas Nxesi, the National Deputy Chairperson of the South African Communist Party, and all the members of the Central Committee who are here today, the General Secretary of COSATU, Comrade Mtshali, the leadership of COSATU, and all our alliance leaders, the ANC and SANCO, who are here, former President of the ANC and the Republic, Comrade Jacob Zuma, and all the veterans of our movement who are here with us, Comrade George Mavrikos, the General Secretary of WAFTU, fellow mourners, silana mhlanje ukuzovalelisa siyobeka leliqhawe uBaba Mtshali. Baba Mtshali has been an embodiment of our alliance, a leader of the Communist Party, a leader of the ANC, a leader of our then South African Congress of Trade Unions. We want to say on behalf of the Alliance, sithi mndenini, sizozwelana nani ngokulahlekelwa kwenu yile nsizwa. Kodwa sibe sithi alahlekelwanga nodwa, silahlekelwe nathi siyilomfela ndawonye alliance. Ukuhamba kuBaba Mtshali umuntu obeseneminyaka enjengeyakhe ngokomthetho kufanele ngabe sikhali. Ukuthi ube indoda strong into esikhalisayo, you would never thought ukuthi uBaba Mtshali will one day depart from this world. It was like he was going to be a permanent feature amongst ourselves. But we are not strong kakhulu. Here is our message as the Alliance comrades. Firstly, the values that cadres and leaders like uBaba Mtshali stood for were never values that were just only to guide the struggle against apartheid, as if after the defeat of the apartheid regime, those values are no longer necessary. Those values are even more necessary today, the values of selfless service to our people. Also, when we say goodbye to uBaba Mtshali, we need to remind ourselves that the fact that you were in the struggle against apartheid is not a license that today you must use your position in the movement or in government to loot and enrich yourself. Comrade Mao said, if we were a revolutionary day before yesterday and continue to be a revolutionary yesterday, but today you are no longer a revolutionary, we will never call you a revolutionary. You are no longer a revolutionary. Comrades, we want also to say every generation in our struggle has had its own tasks, Obaba Mtshali, they are a very special generation in our struggle. One of their most important contributions is that they never allowed the movement to die, especially in the 1960s, when the apartheid regime had thought that it had defeated our struggle. Their work and resilience, especially in the 1960s, laid the basis for resurgence of workers and youth struggles of the 1970s and the community struggles of the 1980s that ultimately spearheaded the defeat of the apartheid regime. Qiniso lihle ukuba babumtshala babanga nenkani yokuzabalaza ngesikhathi kuvalwa umlomo imibutho yethu cishe ngabasikho la sikhona namhlanje sikhuluma ngeNingizimu Afrika ekhululekile. Obaba Mtshali babamba iqhaza kwenye indawo futhi ebaluleke kakhulu. Abazange bathi uma sithola inkululeko ngo-1994 sebezohlala phansi bathi bawuqedile umsebenzi wabo. Ubaba Mtshali uqhubekile wazabalaza ekutheni sakhe iSouth Africa ebesilwela nekusasa esifisa ukuthi izizukulwane zethu ziphile ngaphansi kwaso. I want to say this because when we are here, we also must tell our history. Obaba Mtshali played a very important role in rebuilding and rooting our alliance, especially after 1990. With regard to the SACP, abantu abaningi do not realize some of the difficulties faced by the SACP in the early 1990s. The Soviet Union had collapsed, and many people had believed that socialism has no future. Obaba Mtshali said it was not socialism that collapsed, but a particular kind of socialism that was built in the Soviet Union. Kungayo namhlanje sithi kunina amankomanisi landelani ubaba Mtshali ngoba our ultimate solution to our problems is socialism, akuyona inqubo yogqiwankulu i-capitalism. Sibene inkinga samankomanisi. More than half of our central committee in the early 1990s left the SACP. And we had a younger generation that had to rebuild the SACP. And Ubaba Mtshali was amongst those who provided the anchor between the period of illegality and underground and the rebuilding of the SACP. Sibulawela unobhala wethu ngo-1993 uComrade uChrisani ngenhloso yokuthi kuzala ukuqeda umbutho wethu. Kodwa Obaba Mtshali baqhubeka bayilambu elisikhanyiselayo. It was also for these reasons that Ubaba Mtshali liked the Young Communist League. Comrades of the YCL know ukuthi Ubaba Mtshali was a permanent member and the youngest member of the Young Communist League because of his liking of young people and especially to educate our youth. Baba Mtshali liked political education. And I think it is important, comrades, that in fulfilling one of the challenges that we face as the Alliance, to unite ourselves, to be reminded that you cannot unite any organization or any alliance unless it is grounded on sound political knowledge and understanding. Asikwazi ukuhlanganisa umbutho ngabantu abangakhabulile. Okubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi namhlanje sesinabaholi abanye abamaFongkong abangafuni abantu abahablile ngoba bafuna ukubacontrola babatshele ukuthi benzeni ukuze basebenzise imibutho yethu ukufeza inhloso zabo. We cannot take our revolution forward unless we have an educated cadre. Mtshali was a disciplinarian, as it has been said, who believed in democratic centralism. We need to remind ourselves, comrades, this is what has kept our alliance going. Decisions by higher structures are binding on all lower structures, but higher structures must consult with lower structures before they arrive at a decision. Asingathi sekuthathwe inqumo abaholi kube khona abantu abagijima laphansi bayothi le nqumo eseyithathwe izakhiwe ephezulu akuzona inqumo okufanele ilandelwe akuwona ama-cadres ethu lawo imdlwembe esingayifuni la embuthweni ukuze sikwazi ukuthi siqhubekele phambili. Baba uStalin ubelithanda iqiniso ma-comrades. Sifuna ukusho lokhu. Wave seliya ngokushoda iqiniso uma singabhekile. Abantu bakhuluma amanga aqonda ukuthi bayosuthisa izisu zabo. I-comrade uma ulibuza ulizwe lishona le nale liyangingiza nje usalizwa ukuthi lithini. Lifana nalabo abantu ababephuzela amanzi uJesu waphendulula iwayini thiwa sebekhuluma izilimi. Ubaba Mtshali ubengabafuni abantu abakhuluma izilimi. Comrades, umase ngiyoqeda nje. Imessage yethu si-alliance ukuthi ubaba Mtshali departs during a very complicated revolution, complicated period, of our revolution. We are facing huge challenges in our country at the moment. We are facing persisting economic stagnation, but in true memory of Baba Mtshali, let's support the initiatives by government to try and revitalize our economy, the Job Summit resolutions, and the investment conference convened by President Ramaphosa next week. We are faced with the challenge of the corporate capture of the state. We are saying to our people, let's all stand up and defend our state in order to build a developmental state. Abantu bakithi babhekene ney'nkinga ake ngisho lento maMnkosazana Dlamini Zulu ukuze le nto ingakhulunywa yinina newomama kuphela. And ngifuna ukuchallenge abafundisi abala nibavumelelani labafundisi abathatha iy'ngane ey'ncane ezino-14 zamantombazane bayivalele bayiphendula igqila zocansi. Why are we quiet, those of us, especially the religious fraternity, to allow these Fong Kong priests and pastors who are keeping young women and turning them into sex slaves? As the Alliance, we must call for the commission that deals with religious and linguistic rights to continue to fight this scourge. Nani bantu bakithi sicela ninisize bakithi ningathi niyosonta kanti niyosonta kwaSathane la kungekho khona inqubekela phambili ibe sifuna ukwakha ilizwe lethu kube izwe elihloniphekile. Nabo wokugcina engifuna ukusho umbutho wethu sibhekene ne-challenge ma-comrades. Asifuna ukuqamba amanga. Siye eNazareth umbutho wethu ANC sivala amehlo. Siyabonga ukuthi sidlulile kuneNazareth. Umsebenzi wethu omkhulu manje ukwakha ubumbano ku-ANC, sakhe ubumbano kwi-alliance ukuze singalahlekelwa amandla okubusa. Ngonyaka ozayo kufanele siluwine lolu khetho ngoba abekho abanye abantu abangakwazi ukuphatha lelizwe ngaphandle kwalomfela ndawonye wethu. We have to retain political power not only in memory of Ubaba Mtshali but for the sake of the future of our country. Amandla!
Long live the alliance, long live! Long live the alliance, long live! Amandla! Sake my comrades, sike sifake ikhwaya ke manje yaseClermont.